It was a very powerful awakening. I was a Baptist ordained minister, preaching in the pulpit every other Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina, off of Clanton Road. There's a church off of Clanton Road that I was ministering in. And my mother-in-law introduced my wife and I. She sent us a video with GOCC. And once we watched that video, it really blew my mind. And they connected us with one of the elders.
We exalt you, oh my soul, all my being. Let's go.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
Oh my soul.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
All my being.
Praise Him.
Psalm 57:9 said, I will praise you most high among the people. Be thou exalted most high above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. We praise you most high for our deliverance from the valley of the dry bones. Work in us, your truth empower us. We exalt thee. Death, darkness, and pain took over our minds, bodies, and souls. Hope is in the city, trapped in the field. Pour our baskets, have mercy. Feverish disease oppress. Slaves, no rest. Glory to the Most High. He returned to us. His mercy endures forever.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
Oh my soul.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
All my being.
Let's give them the praise. It's good that we stay good together. Good together. Let's give them the highest praise. It's good that we stay good together.
We're gonna get the Most High, a mighty shot in the sanctuary from all of our being. You know He's been good to you. He delivered you. He brought you out. You know He awakened you from all of our being. Come on, let's praise the Most High. Come on, clap your hands,
Clap your hands.
stomp your feet. Yeah. I feel a praise over here. Come on. I feel a praise over there.
Praise Him.
Let me hear you say, oh my soul, oh my soul, all my being, all my being.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
Oh my soul.
Heaven the sanctuary, we go dancing, praise the Most High.
All my being. Let's praise.
Hallelujah.
It's good that we stay good together.
Glory. Hallelujah.
Let's give them the highest praise. It's good that we stay good together.
Glory to the Most High.
Yeah, man, you know, when you're dealing with brothers, you gotta watch how you deal with them. See, in this life, everybody is not gonna always give you what you're looking to receive from them. So that's why the book of Torah tells us to make sure you know what you're dealing with, because at times people are there for you for what they can get out of it. But once they get what they get out of you, and everything starts to go sour, they're no longer there. That's why the book of Torah told us to study. It told us to prove a friend.
The table was full, but I still let you in. You ate from my plate. I pray for your win. I pray for your soul and I pray for your sins. And lament today do I endure your sins. I never hated you. It'll be a major sin just to hate you, bro. But the way that you move is unstable, bro. A double-minded man is abominable in the things he do. I kept it real up in these scripts, but you didn't want to hear the truth. Now the things I tell you, you be saying I'm hating. How is you gonna try to put it on me like I really switched up quick? I was always the same G and I I never ever just switch. Nah.
Because in order to prove a friend, you need to know they're going to be there for you through the good times and the bad times, not only just the good times. See, brothers will ask you to do things for them. And when you do something for a brother, it's all good. But when it comes down to you trying to get that back, you can't really get that same love back. So the question is, are you actually in a brotherhood? Truth be told, that's not a brotherhood. That's an abomination, because that friendship, that brotherhood, that bond that you
It's broken, unbalanced situation broken. You don't know what it is and you choking, and you wanna say I'm loking. Now, how can two walk together? Go with the wind, fair in the weather. Cleverly think over me never. Discerning the spirit and watching the devil. Yeah, the way that you move is not clear to me, bro. It's time to mow the grass and get rid of you too.
get the one. And watch how you
The way that you move is not clear to me, bro. Let me sharpen my blade and get rid of you too. Prepare stars for even those like you. Her my shiats to get rid of you too. War, you gotta be out of cold. You gotta pick a side on this lonely road. It's a narrow path, so you really gotta go. You gotta understand which way to go. Go ahead and think about the things that you gotta do. Cause the things that I gotta do gotta be with you or without you. When I gotta stay true to the golden gate. That's ooh, we born alone, so we die alone. Anything that you do, just carry on. Don't tarry long. Cause eyes are brighter than 1,000 suns. You can hide in the dark, but the light's too bright. Keep the light in shape so you take that flight. Till then, pray or repent, good night. Till then, pray or repent, good night.
Midgemide music.
Yep. Then the wife was laughing. She looked up. She said, "He from Houston?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think he like the Houston Brew." I said, "Why, you remember the streets of the swangers?" She was like, "Them swangers."
I don't know nothing about them streets.
And man, these Negroes here in Houston to put swangers on the escort.
Oh, he's not lying. I have pictures.
What? They putting swangers on everything. I got swangers on bicycles down there.
Yes.
I was saying, what?
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Horse carriages. Yeah.
What?
You knew I was looking for it.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. Y'all different down there in Houston. Y'all are different breeds down there, boy.
A little bit.
Slow, loud, and banging. Slams. That's what they call them.
Slow, loud, and banging. Oh, okay.
Slow, loud, and banging.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
slow, loud, and banging. That's what slab stand for. If y'all didn't know, if
Now
you
you
listen
know.
to Swisher House back in the day, that's what slab on the cars and everything. Slow, loud, and banging. See, even I'm not from Houston. I knew that. So if from Houston, you ain't know that.
Hey, you's a student of the art, my guy.
You know what I'm saying? I guess I can call it that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember getting into an argument with a cat from Houston when I was doing my bid. My celly was from Houston.
Mhm.
Me being from Dallas. Well, it wasn't really an argument, but it was a debate. We was debating. We rode Dayton's in Dallas.
Dayton's.
They rode swangers in Houston, and at that time I was so Dallas, I had never just like been to Houston, so I ain't know what no swangers was. And then he described them to me. I say, nigga, them sound like 30s. Now you know what 30s are, right? 30s, 60s, 30 spokes, 60 spokes.
Yeah, spoke.
I
Yeah.
said, nigga, them sound like 30s. He said, no, they swangers, they elbows. I said, man, them sound like some daggum 30s. Y'all just done extended to take up 3 or 4 lanes. I said, nigga, you get $12 for 30s in Dallas, man. I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah.
30s.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
wow.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
love it. Gotta love it, man.
Gotta love it. Same state, different culture, like for real.
That's
man.
crazy.
Dallas and Houston is like
Two different worlds in the same. Yeah, that's crazy. How, but that speaks to show seriously how much history and culture that we have actually instilled, and a lot of people don't realize it, because all you got YouTubers making money on videos about how we have no culture over here. And we just talked about Houston and Texas. Houston and Dallas is in the same state. You see what I'm saying? Two different cities in the same state. That's how rooted and deep our culture is, man. You know, we start a trend and everybody take on it, but they'll say, "Oh, we ain't got no culture. Black folks ain't got no culture."
Man, you better go back and look that from the time that Malak touched Jacob hip, he had that dip. We done had culture
since come on, ever since. Come on. We is the culture.
You understand what I'm saying?
And they use everything that we have to market.
Hey, you better ask
Kroger
somebody.
commercials.
Everything.
Kroger commercials.
Hey, I done seen some of the coolest, and I bet you everybody that's in here tonight, you included, I done seen some of the coolest crackheads in the world. I'm talking about just cool and knowing they finna go hit a glass pipe before the night is over.
That video I reacted to the Superman. Well, you know he about to go hit the him across the street. Soon he got down that video and the black Superman. Boy. Ain't no kryptonite hurt me. I was like, boy, look at
now you take that black Superman that's a crackhead and make him white. That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole, bro. You got a whole nother comic book. You have to switch gears.
You understand what I'm saying?
They are dying.
It's no longer funny. It's interesting now. It's like,
wait a minute. How did that happen? Honey, have you ever read this comic book? This is Socrates putting this down. All right, we clowning.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, she gonna throw a shoe at me
in a hot second.
I'm gonna put the clock back on you next week. The clock gonna be back.
The clock is coming back.
Yes, indeed. Shalom, shalom. Welcome everybody to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. It is good to see everybody here tonight. It looks like we're doing good on Facebook. Everybody that's joining us on YouTube, please do not forget to hit the like and the share button. If you are new, please subscribe to a show. They're doing new things to YouTube that I've learned. We're really going to need you guys to help us with this algorithm.
Yep.
We put in a lot of work for this stuff, man. Jamil the Trunk Rattler family right there, man. Shalom, brother Shaka Boom 80. Shalom, Hundo Alatunde, my brother. Shalom, y'all. May is in the house. I think I saw the Light Hebrew magazine in the house.
You did.
Well. She in the building.
Absolutely did.
Yeah, shalom. Sonic, who is that? What's that?
Sonic, yeah, I covered that. My nephew Dylan. I think that's my nephew Dylan.
Yeah, we got nephew in the house. What's happening, nephew?
We got Mikael Ben 12 in the building. D-Elect 12. Yeah. We got everybody on that. All right.
I don't know who Lewis is, but shalom, brother. Shalom and salute.
Man, that's one of the young ox, man. Lewis is a young ox. He followed me. We follow each other on IG. We keep in touch with a young brew out there, man. I want to say in Chicago, Indiana area in the Midwest. He been tuning in for a while and sharing and putting it in his story. So, Lewis, man, we appreciate you and the fam, bro.
Yes, we do.
And the entire house of Ayo Binya, who is there.
The house of Binya.
Y'all need to give Wani his own YouTube so he can join independently.
He is here soon. He's gonna have his own channel, own password, everything. It's on the way. He 87. That's an old man.
Yes, he is.
Is he tuned in tonight?
He tuned in.
He
downstairs looking. He came and asked
me, from the house of Shia, Yeshua, Judah. Welcome, my man.
Yeah. Hey, can I please watch the podcast tonight? I said, boy, go on over there.
My baby.
Yeah, you know you can watch it. Yeah.
Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. But not.
All right.
Right.
So just a few announcements. So we have the Drip and Sip. Get ready for the hottest event of the year. Drip and Sip Remix number 6 is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for March 2025. Calling all artists, vendors, and media. Don't miss your chance to be a part of this epic event. Showcase your talent, your brand, or your story to an electrified audience. Submit your quest now at dripandsipremix@gmail.com. Drip and Sip Remix, where the beat drops, the creativity flows, and the connection grow. Stay tuned for more updates because you don't want to miss this.
Don't want to miss this.
Right. So the November edition of The Light magazine is out now. Gracing the cover is a highest artist. Inside this power-packed issue, you'll discover the heart behind Peace Soul's Hoodies and Hope Project. Celebrate The Light Hebrew Magazine's Beauty of the Month, Latoya Thomas. Get inspired by Eliai Israel. And don't miss IMTV Talks with Joel Judah and so much more. The Light Magazine November edition is your guide to creativity, hope, and inspiration. Grab your copy today and let the light shine on you.
Man, you know that interview that I did with Jay, that was my first time ever being interviewed, man. Hey,
Really?
hey, boy, I was nervous as a
Hooker in church on the first pew.
Hey, man, but yeah, Jay did a great job though, man, coming down. I said, all the interviewing I done, all the podcasts I done, I had never done an interview before.
It ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun.
But not from the road tonight. She said like a hook on the.
I was hoping y'all didn't hear that, but yeah, I was that nervous.
Boy, listen, that's nervous, boy.
Yeah, I was that nervous.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Too funny.
That was a beautiful interview, though, man. Great job. Man.
Thank y'all. Thank
That was
y'all,
beautiful,
man.
I appreciate y'all shouting me out like that.
And I got
man, I appreciate you, bro.
quick little clip for you guys for the 1611 Live Righteous event.
If it ain't about the word, then what you talking about? What you talking about? If it ain't about the word, then what you talking about?
Yeah, pick a piece. Pick a piece. All praises, pick a piece. All praises, pick a piece.
All right, so this is a live stream pay-per-view event. You can purchase your tickets at www.1611united.com. It is going to be 11/24 at 7 p.m.
What exactly is it? It's
1611 is a venue down here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a new venue now. They had the Israelites fall in love with Paisley, Travis Snipes, and R&B's Amar Yah last year, and they're doing that again in December. But before that, they're having the young artists No Name, Hebrew J, and Rockstar Telly in a live stream performance here on the 24th. So yeah, 1611united.com. Purchase the tickets there. It's right there in Marietta and Smyrna, right there in Atlanta. So yeah, they turning it up for the fans.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How much are the tickets, did it say?
I think it's on the website. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you go to 1611united.com, you'll be able to see the, yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Right, and I previously mentioned Peace Soul, who is being featured in the Light Hebrew magazine. He will actually be on Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra Edition on November 24th at 10 a.m. Please tune in to hear his powerful testimony, how it all started, and what's next for his ministry. Don't miss this soul-stirring episode packed with truth, hope, and the vision for the future. Set your reminders and spread the word. Peace Soul on Truth Be Told Flex Podcast.
My man,
I'm gonna make a little amendment too. It's not gonna be actually at 10 a.m. I need to change that. I have that updated before the night is over with in the morning. Yeah, it's gonna be a premiere later that evening. Still the 24th though. Still on the 24th.
Man, peace.
You got me reporting fake news.
Alternative facts. Got alternative facts in here.
Right.
Yes, indeed. All right, and really quick, for those of you who missed the interview with Minister Michael Norman, it
Man.
dropped on YouTube on November 17th. You can catch it on YouTube. Just search "Truth Be Told" R&B hook, so that you can hear that interview. I heard it was a really, really good one. I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I heard it was a great interview.
Had a great time hearing his testimony, man. He's got a testimony for you, Minister Michael Norman. Shout out to you, man. He's got a powerful testimony, powerful ministry, man. I had a great time with our minister. Great time.
All right, and that is it for my announcements tonight, guys.
All right.
So moving right along. So our first topic up on Talk Amongst Yourselves. This one didn't make the hot topics list, but I just want you guys to hear something really quick, and then you tell me your thoughts.
Finally, he said something to the effect of, look, if we have to create stories in order to bring attention to what's happening, the media, he admits they made it up, right? As opposed to, and if you listen to the full clip, he says, by drawing attention to what's happening on the ground, it's just, as the
like
line goes online, you don't hate the media enough. Go ahead.
You remember Alternative Facts with Kellyanne? They did the same thing. She wasn't saying you make up fictions and pretend they're facts. You bring other facts to bear in the debate that are being ignored. And that's what he was saying. And I think it was in that interview where Dana Bash says, the police have gone through 11 months of recordings of calls, and they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese from ponds. Only 2 calls. And I think one lesson of this whole story, people don't care about geese. People really hate geese. They all things considered, I think people would prefer Haitian migrants to come and take the geese off the golf course, right?
So what did you guys hear?
What he said?
Yeah.
The story is, so this is conservative editor-in-chief Rich Lowry. He says that there was a mispronunciation, that he actually got caught up between the word migrant and immigrant, and he caught himself midway through, which is how he ended up saying the N-word with the hard ER. I don't know how you mix up those two, considering the fact that migrant nor immigrant, either one start with the letter N, but that's the story he is spewing right now. So
yeah,
it's crazy though. One of those bald boys, I can't remember which one it is. Which one of them bald boys that's in the NBA?
LaMelo. LaMelo.
He just got fined by the NBA
for saying no homo.
No homo.
Like, yeah.
But then and this is not the first time something like this has happened. This is not going to be the last time.
This actually happened back in October.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Or the election.
Whenever it happens, whenever they slip, they always weasel their way out of it. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
But then if I say no homo,
right. Right, like there's a little thing what they call a Freudian slip, and that's
right.
That was a Freudian slip where he didn't mean to say it, but what's in his heart
came out.
That's exactly what it was.
And I just posted that scripture from Luke about the abundance of the heart, the mouth, the man speaks. If it's good and treasure, he gonna speak it. If it's evil and treasure, see, treasure can come from evil too. It's just bad treasure, but it's evil, riches or wealth heaped up from evil. It's whatever's in there is gonna come out. And yeah, he slipped up and said it.
Yes, he did.
I guess we can expect
said exactly what he was thinking.
He said what was in his heart.
That's what he said.
Bottom line.
That's it.
All right, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but a week after cell phone users across the U.S. reported a flurry of racist text messages, members of the Hispanic and LGBTQ, the Lebediqua community, are now receiving text messages saying they have been selected for deportation or to report to a re-education camp, according to a new statement from the FBI. Yeah, so I don't know how they're getting all of this information out there. I don't know how they're managing to target only LGBTQ people targeting Hispanics, targeting blacks, but I find it real interesting that they are able to single out and target. We talked about this last week when we talked about the text messages, but they've taken this one to another level.
Yeah,
That's the power of the census too, though. I haven't taken the census, so I don't know what kind of questions. Do they ask if you gay or not on the census? Probably so now. They
right.
How do you identify?
Yeah.
Like, how do you identify?
Man,
Nothing.
Yeah, how you identify? Yeah. That's the power of numbering, though. Numbering it because they numbered the.
So I have a question. So when you're filling out the census, for those of you who fill out the census, and you have a supposed child in your family who identifies as a cat, how do you codify them? Do you?
Man, that's the craziest thing. She was serious too. Did y'all hear about that? Did we talk about that on the show, or was you and I just talking about that? That lady is upset because Trump in office and they're about to take her benefits because she got a son or a daughter that identifies as a cat, and up under the Trump administration, she was actually getting benefits.
No, under Biden administration.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Under Biden's administration, she was getting benefits for that.
What?
So her child identifying as a cat qualifies as a disability that he has, and so she was getting $1,000 a month. Yes, $1,000 a month.
This TikTok.
She's getting $1,000 a month for his disability benefits. And under the Trump administration, Trump is saying he's getting rid of all of that. So now she's upset because she's going to lose that extra $1,000 she was getting to be able to pay her $2,000 mortgage.
Sleep when he signed that.
No, I think he was wide awake.
The thing is, she said she thought that her child was crazy at first, but come to find out, my child really is a cat. And she's upset with the school because they ain't playing them games with her. She say her child uses a litter box. We could talk about this.
Okay. Wow. Moving right along. That's another topic for another day. Moving right along.
I'm not making it up. I just want y'all to know she is not making this up.
So poor Rudy Giuliani can't buy food. So he claims that
why he can't buy food?
He's struggling after a judge ordered him to surrender assets to 2 Fulton County election workers in a $148 million defamation case. He must turn over his New York City apartment, vintage Mercedes, luxury watches, and more. Of course, he's accused of dodging the deadline. He calls the judgment ridiculous and political vendetta, hoping for a reversal. But in the meantime, a fundraiser for him has raised over $120,000 because he says he doesn't have the funds to buy food.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe
you. Believe that, yo?
Oh, man, like Cat Williams say, you shouldn't have been talking. No. Well, all them boyfriends he got, he get the money. He got it.
That's the same thing I thought too. And then on top of that, he's an attorney, which means I know for a fact. I don't know for a fact because I don't know him, but I would bet everything that I have that this man got some assets inside of a trust that cannot be touched. Yeah, ain't no that gun way in the world.
Well, that's the main reason for hiding assets is when they do come to collect, it don't get reported to the media. So, like you just said, he good. He got
that brother
good. He good. He's straight. He's straight. The media, they only report what they want us to know. So everybody want us to feel, come $100,000. Like, come on, y'all. Like, come on.
He can't buy groceries. Go apply for food stamps.
Right.
You in New York? I bet you they give you about $2,500 worth of food stamps in New York, if not more.
$5 on the dollar.
So the Georgia Court of Appeals has canceled a hearing scheduled for December 5th, 2024 regarding President-elect Trump and his co-defendants' appeal of a decision allowing Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis to remain on their criminal case. The appeals stem from a judge's ruling after prosecution on Willis's team resigned due to a romantic relationship. The court provided no explanation for the cancellation and has not announced a rescheduling. They need to just stop playing with people's tax dollars and say this ain't gonna happen. Just let it go, because they're not about to do anything with Trump. Not one thing. They said this actually, they reported this morning, there was an update that Trump, that they decided they're going to wait until after his presidential run is over. They're going to wait until after his 4 years.
Gonna still go after him?
They're not going after him. That's just what they're telling the people.
Yeah.
They're not going to go after him.
Yeah, it's a waste of, like you said, it's tax dollars being wasted, man. You might as well just
let it go.
Just let it go. Ride this one out. You lost.
You would think though that they would learn to leave him alone altogether, because in the long run, Trump don't forget. Trump, like,
he got a memory like an elephant.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yep. And then, unfortunately, police have determined that no foul play in the death of 19-year-old Walmart employee Gerst Marin Carr, whose body was found in a walk-in oven in the bakery department of Halifax, Canada store on October 19th. Following an investigation involving interviews, video footage review, and collaboration with labor and medical authorities, police concluded her death was not suspicion and believed no one else was involved. So I feel sorry for her family, but
yeah, and it would have to be, with that being said, it would have to be totally ruwako. A spirit itself came in and did that, which it's not too far fetched. I mean, we've been saying the Most High created spirits of vengeance. I mean, I condolences to the family and their mourning. I cannot imagine the mother losing a child and finding her child that she carried in birth like that. But it's either a cover up. There is no way. I mean, and we did the story on this. There's no way. The workers say there is no way you can close that from the inside. So either somebody did it, or it was a real poltergeist, evil ruach
situation.
That's the only two explanations.
Then even if it was like a real poltergeist like situation that you're talking about, just mere fact of how that oven is built,
right?
You still can't come to a conclusion that it was an accident,
right?
Because there's no way. I mean, that would leave the investigators in a state of disbelief. Like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah, that's
how did this happen?
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
This one, obviously not my child, but this one is a tough pill to swallow, especially with everything that we know about how this oven works. Because if you go on and looked at any kind of TikTok video, everybody is showing how these ovens work, and there's no way she could have closed herself from the inside, and it just accidentally closed. Too much force is required to close that oven. So,
and the fact that the oven was not supposed to be on that day, there's just so much.
You remember that day they were doing some kind of maintenance, and it wasn't even supposed to be on, but it just happened to be on. And that's what I'm saying, there's just a lot of weird, crazy, eerie circumstances surrounding the cameras. Just so happened that day, the same day that the oven was not supposed to be in operation, the cameras also was not working. We're not working. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That's a tough one right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in lighter news for our sports spiel, a fight that really wasn't. What did you guys think about the Tyson Paul fight?
I don't
remember. We got a short show, so
yeah. Real quick, for that man to be 58 years old and Jake Paul to be 27, and for him to not knock him out, he say I'll take it light on Tyson. I don't care. Tyson made 20 mil, Jake made 40 or something like that. It's something crazy.
Something along those lines.
It looks like they both needed the money. Mike probably more so, but everybody knows that your core or your legs are your strength. and to be almost 60, he don't have the legs and hips to knock nobody out. No, 27. I don't think he could have knocked nobody out that was 58. That's his same age. So I just think he was just. I
disagree. I hear what you're saying, and I disagree. That first round, his legs were gone. Okay, I agree with that. And I told my wife that when he was walking in the ring. This is what I'm supposed to equate that walk to, and how bad them legs look. How many different movies we done seen Mike Tyson in? We gotta remember the whole world is staged right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Jake Paul promoted this fight. Now I don't care what nobody say. If Jake Paul promoted, he's a YouTube influencer. He promoted it. There's no way he is going to have in the contract that it's going to be a full live fight. He is 58. His legs look weak. Very weak. He walked very weak. But if you go and look at that first round in the beginning, Mike Tyson kind of forgot that it was supposed to be a contractual thing there. Mike Tyson could have, in that first round, a couple of times, Mike Tyson could have hurt that boy.
Agreed, Jamil. Agreed.
What? Tyson pulled back five. Exactly. He did not. There was several times. I've watched Mike Tyson fight throughout the years. There was a couple of times, man, in that first round, he did not finish his combinations. Jake Paul looked worried one time. Like, what the hell, Mike? You know what I'm saying? So, no, he could have hurt that boy if he wanted to hurt that boy, man. In that first round. Now, round 3, 4, 5.
Okay, all right.
7, 8.
Just,
he was
winded.
There wasn't no fight left.
Yeah.
Wasn't no fight left.
He was done. And that's what I said. But here's the thing, though. To land back off of what you and Jamil and Panaf is saying, that's always been Mike. He's never been that long fight. It's always got to be his strength was that first round and that first minute or so. If you didn't put gloves on him that first minute, and the only couple people I knew that I seen Mike fight that could do that was Buster Douglas and Evander Holyfield. Everybody else, Mike had him shook the first couple minutes, and he was inside their head.
Lennox gave him a good fight. Now, I know that he was older, but Lennox actually gave him a really good fight.
Lennox Lewis also
Lennox gave him a fight. Buster Douglas, that was a loss. Buster knocked him on his butt, but Tyson wasn't. He didn't prepare to fight
there
Buster.
mentally. He wasn't there mentally.
He wasn't there he wasn't there to. He was not there to fight Buster, but. This is the thing with Jake, though, to keep it on this particular fight. Jake don't have enough ring experience. To have fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't 58 or not. Mike Tyson, boxing is muscle memory, dude.
Yes.
It's muscle memory. And I don't care what his leg, that's why I say that walk that he had, it was bad. He had a knee brace on, but that all could have been an act, man. That could have, and this is why he was biting on the gloves the way that he was to keep himself from Mike Tyson. For real, man, that's a whole nother animal. And I'm saying it on a good term. I'm not saying it on a bad term. You know what I'm saying? And when he get in that ring, it's just like you when you play football. You are, what's your name, Tyrion?
Yes.
What's your name?
Tyrion.
Tyrion, but when them lights come on, and you got
it was Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's Tyson in the ring, man. And so Tyson had to remind himself that I can't knock this boy out. And Jake Paul, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if Jake Paul wanted to land Mike Tyson on his butt, not knock him out, but at least knock him over.
He could have.
Put him on the ground. Jake Paul could have done that, man. You know what I'm saying? With the minimal work that he has. You notice all he had was just that right jab for the most part. He didn't even know how to put no good combinations together.
And
you can't put no good combinations together.
Right.
So you can tell me he gonna step out if Mike Tyson really put it on him in that first round? No. Right. Jake Paul would have got hurt.
Take y'all's pictures down real quick. So I strategically put these pictures in here. Look at the different combinations he's throwing. He made Jake Paul hit himself. In his bottom left-hand corner.
Right.
He made Jake Paul hit himself. He punched his hand, and Jake Paul punched himself.
Dang. And that's
That was
like,
in the second round.
yeah. And like
So
Sure said,
first and second round, Tyson definitely would have knocked him out if that's what he really wanted to do.
yeah, I get what y'all saying. I can see that. I can see that. I get that. I get that.
Yeah, this definitely was. There was a lot of hype on this fight. A lot of hype on this fight. For those people who watched it on Netflix, on their TVs, they had a hard
exactly,
time.
Hundo.
They had a hard time watching it. Had a hard time watching it because Netflix kept dropping. Most people had to catch it on their phone. A couple of different kind of ways. YouTube, people who were YouTubing it. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least. They did exactly what they wanted to do. They got everybody to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Over
And
60
you
million.
youngsters, don't let that fight get y'all confused and thinking that us old people around here. I'm okay.
Tyson got old
There's
man
such thing as old man strength.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
What I mean, I tell you to go cut that crab, boy.
Yes, indeed. All right.
There is a such thing as old man strength.
Well, for another big loss over the weekend, them Chiefs, they coughed it up, y'all. What y'all think about their loss this week?
I think they came back. What you say, yo?
I mean, they finally took a L. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's just going to be more parity because if you think about it, to go back to back, especially in football, any sport, but especially in football, all the wear and tear, to go back to back Super Bowls and win them, man, that's hard to do, y'all. And then to go undefeated in the third season on the way to that, listen, you are the target. So hats off to
everybody making a good game.
And I don't really dig the Chiefs. I just, as a former player, I can respect the grind and the hustle. Right. To have one loss after 2 Super Bowls and you 9-10-0 going into your third Super Bowl year, bro.
I think they still the team to beat in the ALC, man.
Say it again. I think they
are still the team.
They still the team.
I think Detroit can get them though. If it come down to Detroit out of the NFC, I do believe Detroit got something for that. You know what I'm saying? For Kansas City, but in the AL, that's what and I guess I'm talking this talk because I live here in Houston and they just played the Cowboys. It's hard to get these Houston fans here to understand that your team is not ready yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a good team, but your team is benefiting from being in a bad division right now.
Right.
You're going to make it to the playoffs, but your team is benefiting from being in a bad division, and you are coming off of a 2-game win streak when it should have been just one. You were supposed to beat the Jets. Remember, you and I was talking about that.
Yeah.
If you want to start solidifying yourself as a team that's going to compete with teams like Kansas City and in the AFC and Baltimore in the AFC, you're supposed to beat the Jets when you play them. I don't care who quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that next week you got a monster that you got to play, and they lost it. So that's true. And so when you come across the Cowboys, and like I told my wife, I said, and I knew it wasn't going to happen. I said, but if some kind of way the Cowboys pull out a win against Houston, I said, whoever control the power in the city of Houston, they're going to put everybody in the dark. The whole city going to be in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But they not ready, man. I think they got a nice team, but they not ready.
They a couple pieces and about a year away. If D'Amico, the coach, which is one of the youngest African-American coaches, by the way,
and a very good coach,
D'Amico Ryan, who's former player. If you got a foundational quarterback, you got a franchise quarterback, he young, 23, 24 years old, playing like that, you a receiver, a DN, a dynamic free safety or corner playmaker, linebacker type on defense or offense, you one step away from really breaking in. But the foundation they're setting That young team, young coach, young team.
Mm-hmm.
They
I actually think they got the pieces with what they got now. To be honest, I think what they need, these losses, a lot of people don't understand that these losses build character when you play on a level like that.
True.
And then what they do is they make them come back that next year hungrier. You dig what I'm saying? And so they need that experience, man. They need to know what it feels like to be knocking at the door, because they got a young team. They got a good running back. The defense plays solid. The quarterback. They got two receivers that's catching BBs in the dark. Yep. And could run everything on the route.
And they just got one of their receivers back.
And they just got So I actually think they got the pieces. They just gotta.
You still think real quick? I didn't mean to cut you off, but what I'm talking about that playmaker, cornerback, or safety.
They don't have that. I agree with you. They don't have that yet.
Whenever you got Josh Allen, and this is the divisional round in the playoffs, he done beat the Chiefs. They don't won. Chiefs don't won 2 Super Bowls in a row, and you got Josh Allen and the Bills in Buffalo. And Josh Allen got the ball at the 20. You just scored, and they down by 3. But he been driving all night, and he started on the 10, and he's at your 30, about to go to the red zone. You got that free safety or that cornerback.
Yeah, like that Ray Lewis type, or that Deion or Champ Bailey type, that that they fits to wheel this thing out on this defensive end. Yeah,
you're going
to make that play.
That's what I say. But I agree with you though. A young team getting these laws, they're building character. Yeah. And if they do get that one cornerback, one linebacker, one D end, a playmaker,
preferably a veteran that done been there. Somebody who could come up in that locker room and establish that this is what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that totally. Yeah, I agree with that totally. You gotta have that playmaker on both sides.
Great. All right. Well, thanks for that sports bill, guys. We're about to head into our first music break, and this is Sinner's Prayer by Michelle Sapphire.
All right. You go.
Our Father who is in the heavens, may your kingdom come and your will manifest in the rest of the part is your name on this day. Give us our daily bread and forgive our transgressions as we do our debtors. The glory, the power, the kingdom forever is yours. Full of regret and remorse, pouring myself on the floor till you have blessed and restored. To whom much is given, I'm giving myself unto him that delivers from sins. The doubt that I'm entering in, I'm shouting the sound of my voice in the spiritual realm. I want him to know who I am, a son of the mighty I am. The son gave his life so that I could be part of the fam, and now I must hearken to him. He is the start and the end, dividing the day from the night. I won't straight to the left or the right, and I pray to be righteous. I try to be made in his likeness and stay in the light till the darkens the skin. Yahuwah, forgive me for all that I done and I said. The enemy wanted me dead, but you had a plan for my life since the day I was bred. You giving me bread, you giving me pledge, you giving me ruach, you giving me breath, you giving me 2 options, living or death. To Abba Yahuwah, the praises is due from the morning to every rep, every test, every trial. Everything brought me to where I am now. I keep my eyes on the road that I'm on, cause upon it is where the Almighty is found. When I was 100, you fed me, I'm ready to nourish the body. I spit out the word like his mama's spaghetti. It's sweet as a cone in my mouth, but it's bitter inside of my belly. And he who not let us will let till he's taken up out of the way. So I gotta consider the way that I'm heading. I'm getting 11 up out of my dwelling, cause there ain't no telling when he will appear. I feel these tears start to run as I confess. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. Bahashem Adonai, impress me. Knowing what I must become, I stiffen my neck. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. Bahashem Adonai, impress me. For every slip of the tongue, what I profess. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. Bahashem Adonai, impress me. For everything that I've done, I smite my chest. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. Bahashem Adonai, make my heart clean. Watch me with hyssop, restore the joy of my deliverance. I give up all this iniquity, sick of the sickness. I'm living with every decision I made. Living so reckless like I had a death wish, but now I have found a more excellent way. My ruach was thinking like I need a breath mint because I was turning my ear from the toy you gave, ignoring the ancient of days. And now I'm in mourning for he who was pierced in my place. Your people will see you and say, blessed is he who has come in the name. No longer punching away at the air, I'm subjecting my body, least I be like he who has preached and did didn't receive us the prize, and I'm striving to get me a crown that is so incorruptible. No one can touch it, and no one can separate us from the love of the Father who is in Yahushua Messiah. The truth is that I am a debtor. I'm eating up all the red letters. The fact, I guess I'm in need of a red heifer. I go to my shepherd, he told me he sent me a helper, and now I got plenty of help. No longer in my sweater instead of my heart. Yahuwah set me apart, set me inside of his ark, gave me a light in the dark. Now he's inscribing his Torah on my inward parts like it was art. I'm so in need of his mercy, enduring forever. I know I'm unworthy, there's no way I'd ever be able to enter. And happy is he with the blood on his entrance. I feel these tears start to run as I confess. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. By Hashem Adonai, impress me, impress what I must press on my stiff in my neck. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. By Hashem Adonai, impress me, impress me. Slip of the tongue what I profess. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. By Hashem Adonai, impress me, for everything that I've done. I smite my chest. Y'all be merciful to the sinner. By Hashem Adonai, impress me. Our Father who is in the heavens, may your kingdom come and your will manifest in the rest of the part is your name on this day. Give us our daily bread and forgive our transgressions as we do our debtors. The glory, the power, the kingdom forever is yours.
Okay, Sapphire, I'm in Chalet. That's I dig that.
That whole album is nice, man.
I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I
I like that.
like that.
All right, guys. So first up, the Biden administration has lifted restrictions preventing Ukraine from using U.S.-provided weapons for deep strikes into Russian territory, marking a significant shift in U.S. policy. This decision comes amid increasing pressure from Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, I wish he'd go sit down somewhere, in response to Russia deploying North Korean troops to bolster its forces. Ukraine is expected to launch long-range attacks using ATACMS rockets with a range of up to 190 miles. Thoughts?
Gracious. Biden say he about to tear everything up or he leave office.
That's what I said.
He ain't gonna leave Trump nothing to be president over.
The end game. I don't know. They pressed to get this done. And an update from earlier, USA rejected the resolution from Gaza for ceasefire. So again, this administration that's leaving out, they doing everything in their power to make it harder for the administration coming in. I'm neutral. I'm an independent. I vote for the Most High. So I ain't saying that's good or bad or fear or nothing. I'm just saying, like, as far as this is concerned, Vladimir Putin told y'all, if you give them weapons, US, you gonna pull yourself into a fight you wish you was never a part of. And again, the outgoing administration is like, look, I'm about to go on the ground anyway and go to sleep for the next 300 years in a capsule, so I don't care. That's what Sleepy Joe's saying. He on Biden. Yeah, he like, I don't care. I'm about to go on the ground, get in the capsule, and Michael Jackson for the next 200 years, wake me up when it's over. Like, he don't care. I mean, he does not care. So that's my take. I think the end game, again, as the word says, is to leave a scorched earth. They'll tear everything up. The fact that they know they at the end, and that's the end game. Tear everything.
We have a clip on Trump's stance on this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me run this clip really quick.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad. while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first.
So I know that was a little long, but every time I wanted to cut it off, he said something else that resonated. He said a mouthful there, like uneducated political people, all of that stuff would like go over their head. He's talking about putting us in a third world country. Tax that everything. Look, man, we done sent over $60 billion over there. Trump understands that. Sending weapons now. You just heard Ayo say what Putin said, and Putin meant it. What he said, and they did that. And the last part of what he said, which was critical, and I'm riding with Ayo. I'm independent. I vote for the Most High. But we here in Earth right now, right? Like me and my daughter, we had a lesson today. It's Esau's kingdom right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we are still here in Esau's kingdom. So I can talk on what it is that I see.
Absolutely.
What they're doing right now is not putting America first. They're putting their own agenda.
Interesting.
And it's sad because if you say you calling this dude unpatriotic because of things that he has done in the past, well, what you just did, I don't know how it could be considered patriotic at all, just because you say you stand behind Ukraine. The words that Putin said was, if you give them weapons, you're going to put yourself in a hot skillet.
That's what he said.
And you gave them weapons on your way out. And the reason why I feel like they did that is because Trump has said on different occasions that he could end the war within 24 hours. He has said this. He said that possibly even before he get in office. So my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I believe that the Biden administration believed that he could do that. So they're doing everything that they possibly can, like you said, to hinder that. Because think about, what if Trump did end that war tomorrow?
Right.
What would that make the Biden administration look like? Now people will start saying, well, all of that money we've been sending over there all of this time. Have you heard, have we reported on, have we talked about, have you seen it printed? Have you heard it being recorded that Biden said he's going to bring Putin and Zelensky to the table? Let's talk about this thing. Have that ever been said?
Not one time.
Hey, I haven't heard it. If he have, not one time.
Nope.
Trump has said, look, he got a relationship with both of them. And this is what's interesting. He said that he talked to Putin back in September and told him not to escalate.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he said, I'm guessing that Putin agreed. Not gonna, but then you go send them weapons. What you think Putin finna do now?
Escalate.
Come to find out, guess who else sent them long-range missiles? Britain.
The two
all the white nations.
I was just about to say the two European giants.
You see what I'm saying?
That got
all of the white nations.
Look, the same ones, the Great Britain and USA, the same ones that Woodrow Wilson was like, we're not getting into this war. And they blackmailed Woodrow Wilson. Great Britain and the USA, the two sisters.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, I believe that this administration, like you said, they're doing everything that they possibly can to make it hard for Trump and his administration. And they are not putting America first. Thus far, we done sent $60 billion in funding and equipment through military economics and humanitarian aid, whatever that is, to Ukraine. I told y'all about a homeless dude that I see every day. Then $60 billion over that way, when I know that I ain't the only city that got homeless people that need shelter, that need food. I'm supposed to cry because Juliana can't eat. You know?
Well, keep in mind, we're also assisting with this Israel-Hamas situation as well. So
And-
we're depleted in multiple areas, and they've been talking about how short we are on arms for a minute. We reported on this months ago.
Right.
Months ago.
And
if we
let
keep
me-
sending, that's why I said I wish Zelensky would go sit down somewhere, because every time he
Right.
stand up, Biden be like, "Don't worry about it. I got you.
Here's a
I
blank
got
check.
you.
I
Come
got
on."
you. Yeah. And again, right before the show started, I seen an update where Gaza, they submitted a ceasefire plan. USA rejected it. So again, like you just said, Banaf, again, and real quick, a question for everybody, 2-part question. Trump was talking about a third world country. Everybody's like, oh, well, what? How could that happen? We're so rich and powerful. Listen, 3 things. All it takes is for the food, the water, and the economy to be attacked. And we'll be a third world country like that. Now,
Yeah, we got that on the docket tonight.
right. And okay, so I ain't want to get too ahead of myself. Real quick before we go.
Good,
The
but-
next question.
and that's
What would Trump, what is he to end the war just like this in 24 hours? What is to be offered to the nations involved? Because they're not just gonna, I'm not convinced that they
well,
quit.
he said he would pressure Ukraine to. Were you asking a question?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying
he
for
was-
everybody.
he's-
Yeah.
Oh, he said that he would pressure Ukraine to give up a part of their land, and that's what Russia wants.
To Russia. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
to give up. I forgot what part. I just read it not long ago. I can't really say I forgot. It's a foreign name, and I mess up regular names. So.
I know Kiev, KYIV. I know
Right.
Kiev is one of the
Yeah.
key cities. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so he said he would pressure them to do it. And when Trump say pressure, he mean pressure. In other words, because you got under Trump is not going to be given. Now, Trump is about rebuilding what's over here.
Well, what he said in that speech several times, America first.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
America
about. Right.
first.
So he is not going to be sending all of that money over there. He finna try to figure out how to get some of that money back. This is the same dude that said, and I agree with him. If you ain't paying your NATO dues, then you
What
on
we
your
helping you
own.
for? Yeah.
Look, you stop paying your rent or your mortgage. What your landlord gonna do? Stop paying your car note.
Eviction.
What is you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you get so hey, if you paying for protection and you want protection,
pay your dues.
Pay your dues.
Yep. It would be in Ukraine's best interest to give up some of the land that Russia is requesting, because at the end of the day, it's like you said, Trump is about America first. That's first and foremost. Second of all, he is not sending aid. He's not sending military. He's not sending arms. He's not sending weapons. So if you're not getting that from America, what's your resolve? How you gonna handle that? Right. Better give up some land.
That's what he said.
The land that they want to give up in Ukraine, that Russia gonna get, who you think gonna be the country that's gonna be investing in that most? Britain and the USA. And the money that they're gonna build up in the infrastructure and that land they get from Ukraine, hotels or whatever, that 60 billion we sent them, man, they'll make the money they about to make. They're gonna make that look like something. They'll make 300 billion in 3-4 years. So that's the end game. That land, right?
That land, and them Jews that's over there right now.
They trying to get.
Where you think they gonna be? Where you think they're gonna be going?
And the biggest investors, and to get them there is USA, Britain, and Russia. There you go.
All right.
Topic.
So talking about third world countries, guys. So Grimway Farms has issued a massive recall of organic whole and baby carrots due to a possible E. coli outbreak linked to 39 infections across 18 states, with 1 reported death and 15 hospitalizations. The affected carrots, sold under various brands at major retailers in the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada, include products purchased between August 14th to October 23rd. You guys think?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just see them using food as a weapon, man. That's what this is. I got to looking at organic too. When you look at the word organic, you would think that it's just straight up just natural or raw, real carrots. It's not everything that it cracked up to be, man. Organic, they just pretty much saying that they use very minimum pesticides
Yep.
on the fruits and stuff like that. So it's still and it makes sense because they got organic watermelons that ain't got no seeds, which you know that ain't no watermelon because it ain't got no seeds.
Correct.
Right? So yeah, but I see them using food as a weapon and water supply also as a weapon. You remember we reported on this show, Executive Order 12803, which is the infrastructure being sold to other countries, Russia, China, you know what I'm saying? And so we talking about infrastructure such as our roads and tunnels and bridges, airports, water supplies, also land, also power plants, which means that what we're looking at right now is another form of World War III. That's what this is. The scary thing about this is that when they really get to a point where they want to have a full-on blast of population control, well, look at your baby carrots and everything else, because what we are not going to stop doing is eating. We got to eat. What we're not going to stop doing is drinking water. We got to drink water. Yep. So if they want to make you sick enough and to kill you, guess what? It can be in the foods, man. And this one right here, I feel like that these are, you know, you get lightnings and thunder before the storm. I think I look at this as lightning and thunder, but this is one of those times, and you'll hear Sha'ir say this often, we should not be fearful. Remember, Paul got bit by a whole serpent.
Right.
And he pulled that joke off and threw it back in the water. And the people on the boat was like, what in the? Because they know he was supposed to be dead. Yeah, you see? And so those same baby carrots that had killed the dude that's sitting next to you, and you know y'all eating the same baby carrots, the same baby carrots just might be nutrition to you.
Come on.
It's about the power that we serve. It's about who it is that we worship. Yeah. So they can they can do whatever it is that they want to do. And that's what Wisdom of Solomon said. Don't be fearful of the evil imaginations that they have towards you. You know, but this is for real. This is food and water is going to be another form of warfare.
Yep.
That they're going to have on us.
Yep. And I just greatly put, I'm going to just add real quick everything he just said. Episode, I think 163, we talked about the port strike. Then episode 165, or vice versa, I can't remember which one, we talked about the trucker strike. Last week, we talked about the immigrant farm workers being shipped out to their country. So just take those three things, what we just said, along with the infrastructure she was just talking about, bridges, roads, schools, airports, trains, land that Korea, China, Russia, Britain want to invest in over here. If things ain't going the way they want it to with this whole Ukraine thing, just like that, third world country. That's just like that. Like World War III is not going to be as conventional and traditional as we think.
Right.
All it takes is these carrots. People start getting sick. But again, we got to have a Goshen mindset. What they eat that makes them sick, just like in Mitzrayim in Egypt, the Israelites, our ancestors, they seen the plagues popping off. But in Goshen, it come near them, but it couldn't touch them. Right. So the same way here, the same very carrots with E. coli, and y'all remember the McDonald's meat and all that, the same meat they eat and dying, we're gonna be flourishing. And they're gonna be like, wait a minute, who are these people?
I don't think we need to be eating the McDonald's though.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying well, yeah, I'm just saying.
Look at McDonald's like swine people.
Yeah, I ain't ate McDonald's about 4 or 5 years, but I was saying that was the meat from the quarter pound. From Wendy's, McDonald's, all of it is going to be tainted. All of it's going to be tainted, and they're going to be eating it, and they're going to be passing away. But we are going to be eating the same stuff or some of the same stuff, and they're going to be like, "Yo, who are these people that's still able to thrive?" So again, this is just a precursor to what is to come. And them first two topics, they go hand in hand, man. It's about to go down, bro. Y'all better
one of the things that you mentioned about World War III and what could potentially happen with that. Well, first of all, we're already kind of in the infancy stages of World War III. If you think about
it, call it infancy. I think we in World War III. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, because the other thing too is we've never had war on this land. War has never been brought to this land. So I think we're going to see some of that. But the other part of that to me too is we're so entertained. We're so big on paying attention to Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop, The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor, Dancing with the Stars. We pay so much attention to that stuff. All the things that are going on behind the scenes, we don't know anything about it. You know, the general population does not know anything about it. And some of them don't even care to know about it. They just ignored. Like, I don't need to know about that. If you were to ask just general person walk into Walmart, the mall, anywhere and ask them, did you hear about the E. coli outbreak?
Like,
no,
what?
Because they get all of their information off of TikTok, you know, all these other social media places. They don't necessarily watch the news. They don't necessarily pay attention to what's going on, paying attention to the economy. The only thing they know about the economy is stuff is a little bit more expensive. But why is it more expensive?
Well, real news pretty much is on TikTok and social media. It's how they use it, though. You know. Well,
what I'm saying is their algorithms.
If
that's not what you're paying attention to, your algorithm is never going to pop that up.
The millions of views is on the drama. Pop the balloon game.
Correct.
Love and hip hop. The views like us. Look at us. We bringing real facts, not alternative, nothing like for you to be prepared and gird yourself. But if you ain't gay and melanated, you don't get the numbers. But that's what you, like you said, the algorithm. That's what these media platforms push. They like dudes with nails painted talking about some gossip. That's all over social media. That's all you see.
Look at here.
Yeah, I was at Walmart. Probably about a month ago. And, you know, I always go through the checkout, whether I got one item or 55 items, because I don't work for Walmart, right? So I stand in line. People be looking at me crazy, too. And I got up there to the thing, and it was a brother checking me out. And normal looking brother. But I looked at that nigga hand. That nigga had long sculpted nails. Well, I wanted to take all my stuff and go to another line. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but that's the world that we living in right now.
And how dare you be offended?
And how dare you be offended? You know what I'm saying?
How dare you not like it? If I could just say I don't rock with that. Oh, you did it.
Right.
You're hating. You're not. Yeah. You're against the Leviticua community.
Right.
Leviticua, I like that. Leviticua.
Yeah.
I stole it from somebody.
Yeah. That nigga nails was sculpted better than most women, man. I was like, nigga, how's you say?
Boy, back in the day, you wouldn't leave out the house with some foolishness.
Nah, man, say back in the day, look here, man. Say everybody was uncle. Back in the day, if you was a little bit older, uncle kept you straight. You know what I'm saying? It was just certain things men did, and this is why I'm digging. And y'all can say what y'all want to say or whatever. We got another video clip for another topic. You're gonna hear him when he say it. This is one of the things that I'm digging about Trump being in office is that he is not going to play these games with these homosexuals. We're talking about who losing right now with him being in office. They finna take a
huge L. That's why they crying all over the place, losing their minds, crying.
We gonna take an L too, but we know how to take. We know how to take our L's. We've been taking them.
We've been
say it again, Banoff. Say it again, Banoff.
We know how to take our L's. We've been taking them.
Somebody trying to cook us in here.
It's the difference. Oh, look, y'all ain't being cooked.
Somebody done turned the heat on.
I'm about to pass out of here.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna have to go thump one of them boys.
Jesus,
some help.
Hey, what we got?
All right. So next up is President-elect Donald Trump confirmed plans to declare a national emergency to implement mass deportations of migrants living in the U.S. without legal status. Trump reiterated his campaign pledge to begin the largest deportation program in U.S. history on his first day in office, focusing initially on criminals on criminals and national security threats. Key appointees include South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem as Homeland Security Secretary and former ICE Director Tom Homan as border czar, who is finalizing plans for the initiative. Homan has proposed mobilizing resources such as rehiring retired agents and potentially involving the National Guard and military assets. Experts highlight logistical challenges, including the need for personal transportation and funding. Critics warn of significant economic impacts. We talked about this last week with the farmers, including labor shortages in sectors like agriculture and losses in tax revenue. Trump's plan faces scrutiny over its feasibility, costs, and potential disruptions to industries reliant on migrant labor. They'll figure it out. Bottom line, they'll figure it out. But aside from, all of the downside of what they're saying, what do you think a mass deportation actually looks like? Like, what could that potentially look like?
When you say look like, what do you mean? Like, as far as physically look like, or what it'll do to shape the economy?
Yeah, either one. What does mass deportation look like?
I think it looked like a better America. That's what I think.
Wow.
It'll look like a better America, but it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost. It's gonna cost.
Is that not though? And I'm asking you though, Ayob, is that not one of those costs that you're willing to, what I'm saying, on the back end that you're willing to pay for? You know what I'm saying?
Because again, like Banaf just said on the last story, we know how to take L's. We eat L's. Like, that's what the gift of holding on. Our people are peculiar. We've been able to survive. But when I go to Kannapolis, North Carolina, or to Charlotte, and I stop to get gas, and I see, and this ain't no hatred. I don't have the ability to hate another nation. I hate what the Most High hates. So just put it that way. But when I go to Charlotte,
I agree with
Kannapolis, Concord, High Point, and all I see is immigrants, I say to myself, like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Like, what is going on? And like I said, that ain't hatred. You have a country named after each, whether it's Ecuador, Mexico, Costa Rica, San Salvador. We are African American. We don't, if they say go back to Africa, you got your money. We have notions of where we go, but we don't have an exact place. You know how big Africa is? It's more than a country. It's a continent with countries in it. But if they told you to go back today and gave you money to go back, you say, I'm from Mexico, so guess what? I can go back to Mexico City, Mexico, where my people are.
Chihuahua, Mexico.
You see what I'm saying? And that's my thing. So to answer your question, it is a tax. I mean, shoot, we done paid billions for wars we ain't agree with by paying tax dollars. So hey, why not get illegals out? Because I heard it's a zoo in New York. I talk to folks on YouTube and social media in New York all the time. They be like, yo, bro, it's crazy up here. It's crazy.
And New York has always been a place that's full of immigrants. They barrels are different. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, and so for them to say that it's it gotta be bad.
It's bad, bro.
And I asked that question because this is what the left would say, that it's going to be so much tax dollars to be able to send them out of here. Well, it cost tax dollars with you letting them over here. Who you think paying every time they get hurt and they got to go to a doctor? Who you think paying for that?
Correct.
They got to eat. Who you think paying for that? Yes. And then on top of that, a lot of people don't realize that these cats come over here, they give them Visa cards and then allow them to start businesses. And we've been over here all this time and we can't even go get a car loan. They don't even want to give us a car loan. You see what I'm saying? And so you get to talking about kicking them out. I'm all for it. What's the cost? Let's pay it and get them up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it.
And let me ask you a question. When you think about mass homelessness, who do you primarily see that are homeless?
Judah, Jacob.
It's either Judah and people who mess up they white privilege card.
Right.
But for the most part, you don't see a lot of Hispanic homeless people. It doesn't happen that often that you see a lot of homeless Hispanic people, because when they come over here, it's exactly what you said. Give them visas, they start businesses. You may have 12 of them living in the same house, but what are they doing? They collecting.
Mm-hmm.
They're collecting so that they can go out and do whatever it is that they're going to do. But in the meantime, we're paying for that.
Right.
It's crazy, man, when you look at Kamala's campaign versus Trump's campaign. And I don't know if you people have paid attention to the view since Trump won.
Yeah, I talked about it last
That show
week.
really need to be taken off the air, man. That is,
I don't watch it.
that show is toxic, very toxic. And there's one person on there in particular that makes it even more toxic. It's Sonny Holston, but they kept asking the question, what was it about Trump that the American people voted for him, knowing that he's a misogynist, knowing that he's a racist, knowing that he's talking about deporting all of these immigrants? The answer is simple. Trump listened to the people. Ayob just talked about it. He said when he go to the gas station to certain places and he see all the immigrants, and this is coming from a so-called African-American guy, Jacob. He look up and he's like, what is going on here? How you think white people feel? I'm talking about white people when they look. How you think they feel? This is not what they envision America to be. Right. This is not the America that they want to be to their grandkids and their great-grandkids. Right. This is not what they're looking for. Trump actually listened to the people. He heard what the people were saying, and he said, look, we finna get these jokers up out of here. You finna give rap America for them white boys, give it right back to them, like I said last week. But when they get it, it's gonna be up to them to keep it. But yeah, he fits the yeah, man, them jokers gotta go, man. They gotta go.
It's gonna look crazy. It's gonna be.
All right, well, we're gonna jump into our second music break, and this is "Be Fruitful" by Selah El.
I became in the midst of the garden, covered him up with the leaves. Your whole game from what he started. Man, not taking the lead. Gotta be a man, what's the vision you start? Something to pass to your seed. Us Hebrew man, gotta work a little harder. We got a nation to feed. We got a nation to feed. Gotta stand on your feet and be the man, so the family can eat. Now I'm talking to queens, I'm talking to kings. Trying to rebuild the kingdom, but that come with that chance. Trying to come out of Egypt, but you don't got no grant. Gotta save up and be disciplined. Just raise them, we gotta show up things. Them babies, they need us kings. So first thing we gotta do is trust. You're my brother, so I'm gonna lift you up. If I got it, you got it, let's get it. Let's move. We can't shoot off a small. Cut together, we got mine. Let's build a foundation, you cannot rise. Be steady, have patience, we gon' trust. Let's cut out the hatred, it's stopping your blossoming. Your whole swallow Korah You know what I'm talking about. So Israel, get thee away now. I'ma swallow Korah, I'ma open the ground. What's the story you see? How he hold the pen. If you who can't use me, throw away now. Every man got a vision, so be seeking it now. Every tree that don't bear fruit, I became in the midst of the garden, covered him up with the leaves. Your whole game from what he started. Man, not taking the lead. Gotta be a man, what's the vision you start? Something to pass to your seed. Us Hebrew man, gotta work a little harder. We got a nation to feed. I became in the midst of the garden, covered him up with the leaves. Your whole game from what he started. Man, not taking the lead. Gotta be a man, what's the vision you start? Something to pass to your seed. Us Hebrew man, gotta work a little harder. We got a nation to feed. See, Lord, tryna feed my people. Man, it's that sin. Tryna pick up the stake, can't be crippled. I know all them times you feel like you down. Gotta fix up your legs, can't be feeble. But no, I'm for real though. Can't do it alone, so I need my bros. When I was down bad, my brothers kept me strong. Shout out to my boy down the year, cause he kept me in the zone. Now listen to me, a royal priest, that's what you is to me. You help me with my vision, yeah, you help me think. Be fruitful, multiply, Genesis 28. You like an Abba to me, giving double honors. When we meet face to face, you worth more than rubies and diamonds to me. And shout out Musha, I know he's bobbing to the beat. Now take a moment, say to the I became in the midst of the garden, covered him up with the leaves. Your whole
game from what he started. Man, not taking the lead. Gotta be a man, what's the vision you start? Something to pass to your seed. Us Hebrew man, gotta work a little harder. We got a nation to feed.
Yeah, I like that.
Every
Dude
time.
had me over there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I be tickled watching you.
Every time I do that, I do it the wrong way. My kids be laughing at me.
Look at the dad.
Look, if it ain't the 1 and the 2 step, you can hang it up with Sheer.
Hey, I boogie, man. That's what I
Two
do.
left feet. Hey, I'm 2 left feet too. Hey, y'all ever thought about what it would really look like with somebody dancing with 2 left feet for real? like we say that and joke, but
what does 2 left feet really look like?
What does 2 left feet literally really look like? Boy, that'll be a sight to see.
After this show, go check out your TikTok, your YouTube, your algorithm. They're gonna show you somebody with 2 left feet.
Be all right. Somebody
got with 2 left feet for real.
Hey, the dude just married twin sisters that was connected to each other. So
you know what? I'm not even finna let y'all go there.
Well, how you
next up.
Yeah,
next up. Nancy Mace introduces a bill to block trans women from Capitol bathroom. So she has decided that she wants to ban transgender women from using facilities on Capitol Hill that align with their gender identity. This proposal comes shortly after Representative-elect Sarah McBride became the first openly transgender person elected to Congress. The resolution takes the House Sergeant at Arms with enforcing the ban, though the mechanism for determining compliance remains unclear. Critics, including McBride, argue the measure is a divisive distraction from pressing issues like housing and healthcare costs. The Lebediqua rights activists also point out the unreliable nature of enforcement methods seen in similar state laws. Mace is negotiating with Republican leaders to incorporate the measure into the rules package for upcoming 119th Congress or bring it as a standalone rule. If these efforts fail, Mace may force a vote on legislation. Republicans' narrow majority in the next session could impact the bill's chances of passing. How much pushback will this ban actually receive, or do you think it's likely to pass?
Hey, you got majority House and Senate Republicans. It's gonna pass. Like he sure just said it. Like they ain't listen. I heard somebody today talking about how the fact that 15 million people sat out. Kamala Harris campaign got 15 million less votes than Biden did. You got to understand how sharp of a drop off that is from Obama 2008 going against John McCain, Obama 2012 going against Mitt Romney, Hillary Clinton, she got the votes against Trump in 2016. She didn't get the electorals. Then for Biden to get that many popular vote and the electoral vote
and the electoral,
for that to drop off like that, what the Republican Party and extremist right wing and the right wing is realizing, the token people that vote, which is us, they finally have had enough. They know this is it. They know if it's ever a time to seize back, it's now. Because they know the next elections, it's going to be more than 15 million. People just, we're done with it. We're done. Finally, for the we normally say we done. We talk about on the show all the time how we say we done. Candidates show up to a couple of Baptist churches in Detroit and all over, kiss a couple babies, take pictures. We stand in line voting. This year, we didn't do that. So with that being said, these agendas they're gonna push because they know that the time is right to do it now because it's right for the taking. So I don't see this taking too long to try to pass this. So
well, let me hit a clip real quick and let y'all hear what your president-elect has to say about it.
As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parent's consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
So what you're hearing there is I'm understanding what the people want. Again, like I said, we done finally got to a point where we had enough. And we have. Look, this stuff started getting out of control under y'all first black president, man.
2008, yeah.
And then it was a snowball effect, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this is where it's at today. So I'm gonna throw this out here. And y'all might want to crucify me when I say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But Trump winning, he put a break on it getting worse than what it could be. Because if Kamala had got in there, her job and her agenda was to protect them and to give them more rights. And if you think that it's bad now, if she had won, it'd have been even worse. And like I was telling my wife, I do believe that children would have been in danger as well, because you waking up those sexual demons, those Baphomet type spirits, you see what I'm saying? You're letting them more out of the box. And so when you listen to what he just said, he said, look, it's only two genders. That's it. He said no serious country should be teaching the children that there are more than two genders. He said that's ludicrous. In other words, he's saying other people are laughing at us because of where we're at. You see what I'm saying? So are we going to take an L with Trump in the office? Most definitely. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to keep saying that, because this cat here, he want you to be silent. You can't say nothing against the government. I think he's going to have something against protesting. He ain't going to allow, you know what I'm saying, to be able to protest.
Right.
You know, but if you ask me, I trade protesting for protecting the babies.
Right.
It's like Bernard said earlier, we've been taking L's. We know how to take L's. We've been taking L's since we've been here. So I take another L if that means that we can slow down the effect of these LGBTQ folks from getting any worse than what they are. You see? And so you got all those transgenders running around the White House, and guess what? Y'all got to go. You might look like a woman, but if you're a man, you got Bean and Franks down there. Go and go up in that boy restroom, okay? Go and go up in that boy restroom and use restroom, because with Trump up in there, he finna make it real uncomfortable. They probably resign. They probably ain't gonna even want to be up in there no more.
Yeah, they ain't gonna want to.
Let me throw this out there. Taking an L is not always a bad thing. You guys just talked about it when you talked about the Houston Texans. Like, you got to take your L sometimes. So even if we take an L or 2 or 10, like you said, to protect the babies, I'm willing to take an L in that regard.
And
Go
this
ahead,
is
Ayo.
no, I'm saying this is why I'm to line back off what you and Shira are saying. This is why the Most High allowed. Well, why couldn't God stop it? That's what we, as a Christian, that's what we used to say. When you take L's, you learn. You learn more about yourself.
You grow from your
and
L's.
Right.
That's like when people like, well, how did you feel when your first wife divorced you? She divorced you. Do you know how much I learned about my creator and myself during that time? I learned so much. I was hurt for about 2 weeks, and after that, I said, let's go. That L will teach you how to come back.
The males are necessary.
That's right. We just talked about it in sports a while ago, did we not?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at something. I didn't hear you. My bad.
She just gave you a shout.
I gave you your props. That's what I just said, son.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Okay, you do that. You do that. All right, well, we're getting short on time, so I'm gonna just throw this one out there, and we got to make this one really quick if we can. So the neo-Nazis, a small group of neo-Nazis marched through a Columbus, Ohio neighborhood on Saturday, waving swastika flags and shouting racist slurs, including repeating the use of the N-word. The demonstration, which attracted attention online, occurred in the short north area, passing cafes and shops. The marchers, wearing black clothing and red marks, carried the flags emblazoned with swastikas and shouted through a bullhorn. Ohio officials, including Mayor Andrew Githner and Governor Mike DeWine, condemned the event, calling it a cowardly display of hate and bigotry. The Anti-Defamation League linked the event to a broader rise in white supremacist activities across the U.S. The ADL noted that such demonstrations not only spread fear, but also serve as recruitment tools for these groups. So, question to you guys, is this just a sign of more of this to come?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I believe so.
This is one of those L's?
Yeah, it's going to be one of those L's because they got their guy in office that they feel that. It's like Ayob has been saying for the longest too. Even if Trump don't necessarily agree with it, he ain't gonna say nothing to try to slow it down.
That's the issue, right?
Yeah, that's the issue.
That's the issue. That's it. And but here's my thing, real quick. This is real simple. Now you've seen a couple of them without their mask, but why y'all got your mask on? Y'all so simple.
What you hiding?
Take your mask off. What you hiding for?
Because these are your public officials.
There you go.
Your
throughout the history, who have your Ku Klux Klans been?
Come on. Your policemen, your judges, your lawyers, your co-workers,
your governors, your mayors.
In this case, in Columbus, Ohio, guess what's in Columbus, Ohio? The Ohio State University. And guess who play on the football and basketball teams 90%? Us. So the ones that same go Ohio State, man. You did good. We won the championship. Then the same ones carrying them flags around inside the mask. That's why they got the mask on. But like Clump say, take them off. Eat off the pressure.
Yeah. What you hiding? Because that is not no what's the word I'm looking for? No fear tactic. You know what I'm saying? Take it off. You will hide yourself, man. Yeah. Mayor, sheriff, DA, all y'all, man. Your local police officers. Yeah.
Take them off.
All right, we're going to take our last quick music break for the night, and then we're going to come back with our Beyond Critical Race Theory.
A blind white power up in there.
You know what?
He there.
Yeah. Say we back. We going marching in. DP, Tabina, Rebirth. Yeah. Yes, sir.
When the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, yeah. Oh, how I wanna
Yeah, working out my own salvation with fear and trembling. I'm staying low with the rock, I'm crab dribbling. Found out he won't put more on me than I can bear, so now I'm feeling quite grisly even with that bare minimum. Faith all the way to the end, now we begin again. Death brought flesh to an end, but we gon' live again. To hear well done seems rare, but there are new farmers on your block, and yes sir, we raising stakes again. 365 as I drive to the kingdom, and we can't stop with a rest stop, cause now I was a welcome sinner who welcomes sinners too. Come and learn of my pops. My responsibility to my seeds is on another level. Putting drive in them way before their feet can reach the pedals. Praying that they obtain octane and the engine won't lock up, cause there's always oil that's in their vessel. And this little lift light of mine, best believe I'ma let it shine. And get destined where I'm destined if you jump inside. Glorified body with that King James vibe can disappear and reappear like a LeBron headline. But we march.
Saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in, yeah. Oh, how I wanna be in that number. Oh, the saints go marching in. Marching with my head towards the hills, focused on what's above and not below. Inheritance of your cold, pierced on my side, walking with a limp, I won't trip. Yahusha provides, pouring everything into all I do. Righteous scarcely make it, what about you? Don't wanna be caught with my lantern not full. This oil needs to be shown and proved. You gotta push forward to Yahusha. Acknowledge him as our Rabboni and Adonai, Yahuwah's right hand. Only by his hand will we survive. Enduring all trials coming your way. Oh, how I wanna be in that number someday. Walking to Zion when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in, yeah. Oh, how I wanna be in that number. Oh, the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in, yeah. Oh, how I wanna be in that number. Oh, the saints go marching in.
Yeah, beyond critical race theory equals fast. My favorite part of the show where we can learn and educate ourselves. Real short one tonight. Also, before I start, Facebook, 28 shares on Facebook. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Praises.
With audience. We love you all. Praise
Oh, you died for that.
Shares.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. But
Oh,
real
come
quick
on.
tonight, you've seen it on Crenshaw Boulevard and Boys in the Hood. You've seen it on South Central and Oakland. You've seen it on Men's Society. You've heard about it out west in California, most of all. Fat Burger. We're going to learn a little bit about Fat Burger tonight. And I did not know this.
Yeah.
Fat Burger was founded by Miss Lovey Yancey.
Finally one I know.
Did not know this. Founded a Fat Burger January 3rd, 1912 through January 26, 2008. Lovey Yancey was the founder of Fat Burger restaurant chain. She originally owned a small restaurant that started out of all places, Tucson, Arizona. In 1947, she founded Fat Burger under its original name, Mr. Fat Burger. In 1952, Yancey shed both her business partners and the Mr. from the name of the hamburger stand, and Fat Burger was officially born. 1950s. Wow. From the beginning, Yancey was a fixture at the original Fat Burger, where customers who included entertainers such as Red Fox, Ray Charles, could custom order their burgers. Yancey always claimed, I don't worry about McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. They may be popular, but a good hamburger sells itself. And I don't think anybody make as good as a hamburger as we do. Now that'll preach. Yancey sold her Fat Burger Company to an investment group in 1990, but retained control of the original property on Western Avenue. She established a 1.7 million endowment at City of Hope National Medical Center in Duarte in 1986 for research into sickle cell anemia. This was a fulfillment of a promise to her 22-year-old grandson, Duran Farrell, who had died of the disease 3 years earlier. On January 26, 2008, unfortunately, Ms. Yancey passed away of pneumonia. In addition to her daughter, Yancey was survived by 3 grandchildren and 5 great grandchildren. Fat Burger,
awesome.
Miss Lovey Yancey. Man, you gotta love it, man. The 1950s, that's tough to do back then. To maintain that type of wealth and that chain that's still famous to today. Man, shouts to Miss Yancey, Lovey Yancey, man. That's amazing. I love it.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Lovey Yancey, Fat Burger.
All right. So our last story tonight. I'm gonna warn you, this one is also it's a trigger warning. So a 7-year-old boy was hospitalized with severe injuries after reportedly being strangled by an older boy in a school bathroom at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School in Maryland. The boy's parents have rejected the school's characterization of the incident as horseplay and are demanding answers as their son sustained bruises and marks on his neck. The school initially released a statement claiming that the 2 boys were playing and one got stuck on a bathroom stall hook, but the parents believe the younger boy was being bullied by the older child who was in the 4th grade. The boy suffered a neck contusion, a result of blunt trauma, and his parents have said that he will not return to school. The school issued a follow-up statement denying any cover-up, emphasizing that an investigation is ongoing and cautioning against misinformation and threats against the staff. So do you guys believe this was really just horseplay or an intentional situation?
It's hard to tell. What makes me think
what I would say.
Yeah, what makes me think it was horseplay was like what you read, Benaf. I read in the article that that he ran to get help after the student was not able to free himself. So, I mean, was it a bullying situation? Yes, but I think it was one of those I'm a bully and I've been bullying you for your lunch money, for picking on you, roasting your shoes because you're less fortunate. Or maybe I'm less fortunate than you and you have a lot more character and personality and popular in school and the books than I am, but I'm tough, so I'm going to pick on you. And maybe if I dare you to do this, I'll stop picking on you. It could have been one of those types. Or it was just a bully moment. And once he figured that the kid couldn't get free, that's when he panicked and ran and got him. It's hard to say. Man, you see stories like this and these little young children, man, with social media these days. It's tough to tell. I know the parents made the right decision of saying my child is not coming back to the school. I mean, I don't see how you would let him go back after this, but yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I think it's
so not being an educator myself, but coming from a family full of educators from various school levels. One of the first questions that I would have asked is, why do you have a 7-year-old and a 4th grade in the bathroom at the same time by themselves? They don't generally allow that to happen.
Right.
First graders typically don't go to the bathroom by themselves, and they definitely aren't going to the bathroom while older kids are in there, because agreed, it could have just been horseplay, but that kind of horseplay could have resulted in death for this kid.
Right. Yeah. And from what I understand, he is still fighting for his life. I don't know if there's
is he fighting for his life?
That could have been later, earlier. I don't know if the update now if he's out of critical condition, but I know at one point that contusion was severe enough to where he was like literally fighting for his life. So I don't know if there's an update, but yeah, this is a sad story, man. I'm glad he lived and is alive, and you know, but yeah, this is tough.
Crazy though, because you actually said the same thing that I said. It's hard to know if it was horseplay or not. You got to look at the ages. We talking a 7-year-old and a 4th grader. You know, you don't want to say that an intent that evil could be upon kids. You know, I think that, like you said, he put him up there on that hook. You wasn't expecting not to be able to get down. And I bet you all he had to do was take his arms out the coat, you know what I'm saying, and slid right on down. But they kids, they don't know. It's one of them situations. Yeah,
panic.
exactly.
You don't really think.
Yeah, they panic. Yeah, it can't get them down. So, I mean, it's hard, very sad situation. It's good that he's going to be all right, and hopefully that dude. And if it was horseplay, if the bully was just being a bully, hopefully he learned something from it as well.
Yeah,
you know, hopefully he, you know, yeah, he learned the lesson, and they'll be all right, man. I don't know, man. This is just a crazy story, real crazy story.
These children, man, are just like we did crazy stuff, but we liked life. Like,
right.
I liked being a kid when I was a kid.
Right.
I wasn't like we daredevil rode bikes and made ramps with bricks on top of the ramps and broke the ramp with the bike. Like we did stuff like
made
that.
ramps out of thin plywood.
I say with plywood just thin, and when the bike hit it, it'll break.
Knowing good and well you about to crash in all them bricks, but we wasn't picking up a kid, hanging him up by his we wasn't
Wouldn't even thought of something like that. Wouldn't even thought of that like that. So I don't know, man. This is just a different generation.
Yeah.
Different. What were all of the participants black or white or it don't really say.
Well, you know, when it's kids, the only reason I have this picture, the one I had up there earlier, this, you know, is a black student, but generally when there are children involved, they won't disclose their identity.
Right.
You know, you're not going to know what their identity is. So there's no way to know if they were black, white, or otherwise. Yeah, I thought that one was.
That was a great question that you brought up too, though, because I got to thinking back when I was in elementary, and they got in my school, we were segregated by halls.
Right.
Kindergartens was over here. First, second grade is over here.
Fifth graders way down here.
Yeah, nobody went to restrooms.
We didn't even go to recess together from what I can remember.
Yeah,
you might have had first and second grade together, third and fourth grade together, and fifth graders were all by themselves. They even have it now where you have fifth and sixth graders at the same school.
I think, were you about to say something about yo?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I think the teachers that are responsible for each student should be held responsible, along with, I guess, with the principal as well, because the principal has a say with how these students intermingle with each other. You know what I'm saying? Or if the teachers did what they were supposed to do, or if the teachers was doing what they was not supposed to do, because there is no way that those two students should have been in the bathroom.
I think there's more to the story. I do think there is more to the story. In terms of the administrators, the teachers, kind of like you said, how they handled the situation where they supposed to be in those bathrooms together. You know, was it supposed to be an aid with them? There's a lot more to the story that's not being shared. And as the parents said, the kid ain't going back. I wouldn't feel safe with my kid going back to that school.
Unless
I'm sure.
Yeah, unless I can sit beside him and all day and go to lunch, he ain't going back.
Nope.
He ain't going back.
I beat up a kid.
Look, you hear me say it all the time. I fight kids.
I'll fight a kid.
I fight a kid.
Man, stand a
Wally,
chance.
you listen, you had some issues, call Cha Cha. I fight kids.
I go to school point with them 2 fingers, boy. They're not
Right.
They know I'm real. And I ain't point with the boy. They're not.
Boy, man, look at here.
Yes,
Look at
indeed, man. This has been great. You really have, man.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. We made it in time, boy. We
did. I'm so proud of y'all.
We getting gooder. Good.
I only had to threaten to throw my shoe one time.
One time. So we gonna survive another week without the clock coming back.
Exactly, without the clock coming back.
Most High is grand.
Right.
I'm talking about.
Y'all don't forget Peace Soul this weekend.
Peace Soul.
Yeah, don't forget, if you didn't catch the Minister Michael Norman interview with Ayob Ben Yahoo, please go catch it on the replay. For those who are still with us and you have not subscribed to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, please do. If you found enjoyment in the content, Ayob, as always, brother, I appreciate you, man.
I always
Great.
appreciate you as well.
Bernard Shalahaya, thank you as well. You keep pulling up them stories. I'm just gonna turn all my news notifications off. I don't know where you be finding your news from.
Right.
It don't be nothing to come across my phone.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, great show, man.
I don't be getting them, man.
Yeah, I don't either, man. I don't know. So,
hey,
I'm appreciative. I'm thankful.
Thank you, though. Yeah, very appreciative. The Light Hebrew magazine, y'all, please continue to support our sister Jamil, the Trunk Rattler. Y'all look for Yahuwahville. It shall be coming out soon. Mill, we're gonna have to get in contact. It's going to set us a date to make sure you get on here.
I'm going to Yahuwahville.
Yahuwahville. Say, I'm gonna put it in my GPS right now.
I got first class tickets.
First class tickets. All right. I ain't flying. I'm driving. We riding.
Yeah, I was just finna say that. I hope we ain't got to go by way of water because I ain't going. I don't know what I'm gonna do on the ship of Tarshish. I don't know.
We're gonna pull you in a little tugboat. Boy, you'll lose your mind on a tugboat. Like,
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ship of Tarshish.
I only have to throw his notes in a minute.
I got this supposed to be a glorious time. Y'all torture me.
Hey, I'll be like, boy, if y'all don't get my brother off of my
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Indeed. Hey, man, but with that being said, what we got?
I don't know how to play.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? You got to do this. I think this is it.
Where's out?